Welcome back everybody to another Fireblade video. Today I'm going to just talk about the Fireblade. Again, this is the 2002 Honda Fireblade 954 CBR RR, and it's from 2002. And I'm just going to talk about exactly how much this project cost. As most of you know, I bought the bike for $500 and it looked nothing like this. It looked way worse. As you can probably see right now on the screen, it looked a million times worse. Now, of course, it's not perfect now, and I'm going to also outline things that I might want to do in the future, things I might want to do to spruce it up a little bit. But right now, let's talk about what I've spent so far to get it to this point that you see right now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, I wrote everything down, and I'm going to recite exactly what I spent. I told you just a second ago, the Fireblade itself cost me $500. So $500 for the Fireblade, pretty good deal. Came with a title and it was not running. It was missing a few things though. One of the things it was missing was an airbox. It was actually just missing the top part of the airbox. And I was able to source one on eBay used for $40, and it came with a brand new K&N air filter. So $40, and that solved the air filter crisis that this bike came with. The second thing I got was the right side snorkel. You probably can't see it, it's underneath here, but that was missing. That cost me $9.99, used of course. The next thing I bought was a fuel pump gasket. As you guys know, my fuel pump was leaking. I bought that brand new for $13.52. In addition to the gasket, I also bought a fuel pump bolt and washers. The previous owner, or the last person to work on the bike, lost the bolt and washers when they were working on the bike, so I had to buy them. Fuel pump and washers cost me $27.17. Definitely not cheap, but I went OEM because you don't want to go aftermarket on stuff like that. The next thing I bought was a bolt kit. I didn't really end up using it. They came with the fairings. I got an extra bolt kit, so it was kind of a waste of money, but I did spend $26.09 on a bolt kit. And the bolt kit is things like this. I didn't get the red. The red came with the bike, or came with the fairings rather, but I did buy some black ones. There was an FI light when I first got the bike, and the reason why was because the servo motor was broken, and I made a video all about that. Anyway, I bought a servo buddy, which quickly and cheaply fixed the issue, and it cost $63.70. The next thing I bought was pair block-off plates. This was kind of a mod that I never did before, so I kind of was experimenting. Again, this project wasn't just trying to flip the bike for as cheap as possible. If I wanted to do that, I could have saved a lot more money, but it was also to learn. So one of the things I've always wanted to do was delete a pair system. So that's what I did, and the pair block-off plates cost me $34.99. The advantages of that is that basically it removes a lot of clutter underneath the airbox. It makes it a lot easier to work on the bike, and it helps if you want to tune it later on. I mean, it's basically an emissions thing. It's something I did not really need on this bike. The next thing I bought was spark plugs, and the spark plugs cost me a grand total of $52.72. I went with the OEM NGK plugs. They had some Denzos in there, which apparently are also an OEM plug for this bike, but I wanted to go with the NGKs. I'm just more familiar with them, and I think they were even a little bit cheaper too. And this bike needed the spark plugs. I don't know when the last time it was changed, but some of them looked kind of crusty, so I was glad I was able to swap those out, and it's good for peace of mind. And again, like I said before, I'm not trying to flip this bike for maximum profit. If I was going to do that, I wouldn't have changed the spark plugs. I wouldn't have done things like that. I actually want this to be a good bike for somebody. My goal wasn't just to throw makeup on a pig, it was to actually create a good bike. Right in there, K&N oil filter. I'm not big into the K&N oil filters, but it came with the bike and I just decided to use it for now. But I did buy the oil. The oil was some Rotella heavy diesel engine oil. I run it in all my bikes. It's perfect for wet clutches. It's great oil. I spent $19.99 on it. The next thing I bought, which again, I probably could have got by without buying it, but I bought a radiator. As you can see, brand new radiator from eBay. I spent $87 for it. A lot of people were kind of concerned with eBay quality and things like that. It's just a radiator, guys. It's not a very complicated piece, and I heard only good things from the eBay part, so I went with it, and so far it's been good. I've had the bike go up to temperature, have the fan kick on, and cooled right off, no problem. So I'm not worried about it at all. I think it was a good investment. The next thing I bought with the radiator, obviously I had to buy some coolant and I had to buy some water. I went with the cheap Walmart Supertech stuff and Walmart distilled water, and it cost me a grand total of $10.60. The next thing I did, as you guys know, is I replaced the brake fluid in the front and the brake fluid in the rear, and that cost me a grand total of $4.68. And finally, I bought a pair of Amazon mirrors. They were cheap. They were $18.99, mainly just to pass inspection. I needed a seat. The bike didn't come with a seat. I bought the seat. It was $40. I bought it at a local motorcycle store. So anyway, the grand total of all of this, and I did not pay for the fairings. The fairings were sent to me in return for a review by Monster Fairings, so I can't include them. If I did include them, it'd be an extra $500 or $600. So just keep that in mind when I read to you the final price. But the final price was, and are you ready? Any guesses? Any guesses in the comment section? Last chance, no cheating. The final price of a 2002 Honda 954 in running condition that looks like this is $949.44. That is less than $1 per cc on this bike. Now, I did not tally up all the little things. Like, I did have to buy new rivets for the exhaust. The exhaust wasn't riveted right, but I bought like a pack of 100 that came with 3 rivets. So it wasn't like I was gonna say, oh, let's charge the pack of rivets. Things like that, plus like chain lube and cleaner, all the cleaners I've used on this bike, all that stuff. I'm not going to factor that into the final price. The final price is as the final price is. The ceramic coating for the fairings, not going to put that in because I bought the ceramic coating for the RC51, so I had some left over. So that's why I did that. Anyway, as some things that I do want to change, there's some things like the bolts still have a little bit of rust on them from it sitting outside. Not too bad. I would eventually like to remove each one of these one by one and just clean the heck out of them, make them look new again, put them back in. Maybe, we'll see. The wheels, there's still this ugly chrome that is flaking, as you can see. These tires are not too old. They're Michelin Pilot Power 3s, and I believe they were put on in 2015, 2016, so they're kind of old, but I think they're good enough to run. I don't see any cracking. I don't see any flat spots. I looked over the tire, very good. It has plenty of tread, and even still has the little nubbies on the side, so these tires still have, I think, some life to them. No reason to replace them, which is huge, because tires alone, very new tires, to get them put on and everything would cost a lot of money. And of course, if you look at the rear right here, we have these rusted weights and stuff. Like, I would like to just really remove these wheels, paint them all, you know, power wash them, scrub them, paint them black, and then just remove the weights and rebalance the wheel myself and then call it good. I might still do that. Another thing, obviously the chrome, as you guys can see, I would love to be able to take the swing arm off and just paint it all black. But then also I was thinking about it, it has so much of this crap flaking off that it's gonna be so much time and effort to get that chrome off, and to make it look good, it's gonna take so much work. I already tried to remove the chrome off of this part, and as you can see, it's like textured and everything. It doesn't even look good. So doing the same thing to the swing arm and chrome down here probably won't yield in much better results, unfortunately. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like the chrome. It's definitely not my favorite look, but with the fairings on and from, you know, 10 feet away, the bike doesn't look bad even with the chrome. I mean, it kind of complements the red a little bit. I don't know, I'm just kind of looking at the brighter side of things. I don't like it. I'm not trying to say I like it, but it's not that bad. As for the front end, there's a couple things I want to do to it. Mainly this windshield. I'm not crazy about the dark smoke look to it, or just that black look. It makes the front end just kind of look big. And if it was clear, I think it'd look a little bit nicer. So I might switch this over to clear, and if I do that, then I'll switch these bolts over to black as well. But yeah, that's something right there. And yeah, that is it. I guess this is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.
It's a sick news, pull your little arrows out. Let me live my life, the one I'd better lead. all the blondes of fantasies, and we looked at them 11 ways. You said, look at